Welcome everybody to Dallas, Texas for Monday Night SFL action. Coming to you from the booth, I am Stephen Hacker, the play-by-play analyst, alongside Marcus Dunhill, the color commentator. We are at the hunting grounds. It's 59 degrees with a 6-mile-an-hour wind. Marcus, you got any key points for today's game?
It's going to be an interesting game for both teams. The season is coming to a close here. Oklahoma City, unfortunately, did not make the playoffs. Dallas is already locked in, so they're playing for seeding, and this game has a big implication on a lot of other teams vying for the wild card spots.
Yeah, a lot of teams tuning in to check out the result of this game. Let's go down to the midfield and we'll get the coin toss. And it is a good night for football. It's 59 degrees, it's cool out, but the wind won't play a big factor. And we are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Want to thank all you guys for being here with us tonight. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button. Let us know you're happy to be here with us. Thank all you guys for being here. And so there is a lot on the line for tonight. Again, seeding for the playoffs is in play, and so we have a rundown of the playoff picture. We will get to that here shortly. The ball is on the tee and the kick is away. We'll get this thing started. Ball's fielded at about the 10-yard line. It's brought out to the right side, out to the Dallas 30, and that's where we're going to see the Lobos offense.
Dallas has really had a high-power passing and rushing attack. They've been very balanced this season. They've been very efficient on both fronts. Jacques Luyandula, who's about third or fourth in passing for this season, as well as Zach Sandlin, who is in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, maybe even the MVP. First and 10, Luyandula's under center. Hands off to Sandlin. He trucks forward, trucks over another one. Big gain right off the bat. Sandlin with one more to beat. He's gone. He's going to take this one to the house. First carry of the game for Zach Sandlin's going to go for 6.
That is
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
That is exactly why Zach Sandlin is in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year. You're just not going to stop him in open field tackles with a single person. You're potentially going to need 2 or 3 people just to bring him down, and once you've made it through the line, you just plow straight through one person and then drag the second person along with him, and away he goes straight to the end zone. You really got to work a lot harder to make sure you have 2 people on him at all times.
Yeah, what an exciting play right there. Sets the tone for your team and gets the home crowd behind you. They're all pumped, man. That was a great play.
What a way to start the game for Dallas, running straight out with Zach Sandlin all the way to the end zone.
Absolutely. Oklahoma had 3 or 4 chances to bring him down. He just couldn't be stopped. So now we have the extra points unit on the field. It's going to be Manuel for the extra point. Decent snap, holds down, and kick is good. So Dallas takes a 7-0 lead early here in the first quarter.
Oklahoma City is going to have some big shoes to fill when they get the ball, to see how they're going to respond, see if they can get the ball to the end zone as well.
Yeah, and a lot of teams, whenever a big play like that happens, they want to come out and they want to try to make a big play happen. What you need to come out and do is don't lose your identity, stay true to yourself, and work your offensive game plan. So the kick is away for the Renegades. The Renegades are set to return. Spins out and he gets to the 27-yard line. So tonight's action, the Lobos are going to be in the off-white or cream, and Oklahoma City's in the white.
Should be interesting here to see whether they're going to respond with some runs of their own with J.W. Doyle, or if they're going to let Deacon Nickens take the ball and throw it down the field. You just got to make sure you're not making too many risky throws too early in the game.
And Deacon Nickens is under center. He is going to hand off to Doyle, who hesitates, makes a move, lowers his shoulder, and is brought down after a gain of 7.
Definitely not the most flashy run you see, but it's really good. He stepped to the side, made somebody miss, and got up for 7 yards. You know, it's a great run for a running back and a really good way to start the game for them. Makes it second and short in case there's any mishaps here. You know, it's not going to be 3rd and 10.
2nd and 3. Trips bunched out to the left. The toss to Doyle, who's got room. He's got the first down and more. He's going to take it, and he's eventually dragged down from behind after a huge pickup. He gets about 18, 20 yards on the play.
Doyle did an amazing job following his blockers off to the left side. It looked like there just wasn't enough people off to that side. Got really good blocks, and it looks like some of the Dallas defenders just got caught up and couldn't get around the blocking offensive players from Oklahoma City. But it looks like one of the linebackers was able to run him down and catch him, which is really good for Dallas. Otherwise, he was very close to being gone. I don't know if the offensive lineman or defensive lineman that was following him was going to be able to catch him in time.
Yeah, Denzel Maverick, the rookie, with the hustle to chase him down. 1st and 10, it's a handoff to Doyle, who runs up, trucks forward. After that, he gets a first down. So good effort there again. Doyle keeps plugging away.
Doyle's gotten at least 6 or 7 yards on every single carry he's had so far. He's gotten an amazing start to this game, which you don't always see from running backs in this league. Sometimes you'll see him get these big runs every now and then get stuffed a few times. But so far, Doyle's had some very strong running.
1st and 10 now for the Renegades. 2 receivers to his left. Deacon throws, and that's going to be caught. It's Rich Pratchard.
Pratchard's definitely been one of the star receivers out in Oklahoma City, and this is the first pass of the game, and they decided to do something conservative and do a pass out to the left side, and Pratchard was able to catch. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to turn upfield and stay in. It looked like he got forced out of bounds, so that'll create, looks like 2nd and 6 for Oklahoma City.
And trips bunch to the right this time for the Renegades. Nickens is hit as he throws, and it's overshot. Couldn't quite connect with his target. Denzel Maverick's going to get the pressure there. Marcus, let's run through the Dallas defense real quick. I see defensive tackles Jukin Rukin and Denzel Maverick. Both of them are rookies. Linebacker E.K. Vinson. Cornerback Crash Combs. Safety Iverson Gamble and Kane Vasquez. 3rd and 6 now for the Renegades. They're in the shotgun with split running backs. Deacon takes the snap. He's got a little bit of time to throw. He rolls out, drops it down to the fullback, who's maybe gets a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down now.
It was a good job by Deacon Nickens to get rid of the ball at the very least and get it off to somebody. Unfortunately, he's not going to gain a whole lot from it. It's a good thing he didn't lose yards, but I wonder if he would have waited for somebody, if maybe they would have come open a little bit quicker. But now they're going to have to try for the field goal here, and at least after the field goal, maybe be down by only 4 points.
Yeah, Johnny Omega for the field goal attempt. Going to test the leg a little bit here, and he pushes that one through from 44 yards. So Oklahoma City now has 3 to Dallas's 7.
Not a terrible offensive drive for Oklahoma City. You could see their running was a lot more efficient in that drive than their passing. But they were able to get down the field and get 3 points to keep the pressure on Dallas. They're a little bit behind still, but you can work being 4 points behind. Time to see what the defense can do when Dallas gets that ball back and see if they can stop Sandlin.
All right, so the kick is away. Return again brought out to the right. This time to the Dallas 29. So I said we had a playoff picture, so I'm going to try to run through this very quickly. See, QCC has clinched. Chicago clinches with a Houston win, or they're eliminated with a Houston loss. London clinches if Oklahoma City and Alaska win, or if Alaska, Dallas, and St. Louis win. Vegas can only clinch if Alaska, Dallas, and Atlanta win. Denver will have, well, that's just seeding. That's the playoff picture is right now. We'll get to the seeding here in just a second. Luandula throws out to the left to Mike Osai, who's got the completion for 4 yards.
Good way to start, get some confidence in your receiver and confidence in your quarterback, because that is the first throw for Dallas considering the run they had last time. It's actually only the second offensive snap for Dallas. The first offensive snap was a run all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, it's a very efficient play whenever you run one play for a touchdown. So the Lobos, it's Luandula under center. He's got Sandlin in the backfield. They hand off to Sandlin up the middle again. He's got plenty of room. Met by a gang of Renegades. He's brought down after a pickup of about 15 yards.
Oh boy, when Sandlin gets going, he had about 15 yards out, and I wondered if he was going to take that whole group of people with him by the time he got there. They did a good job bringing him down. It looks like somebody slowed him down, and then 2 other people came in to tackle him. So it looks like it was a 3-man team on that one to bring Sandlin to the ground.
Yeah, I saw Brady Clark in there, was one of the Renegades to help drag down Sandlin. It's 1st and 10 now. Trips bunch to the right for Luandula. Drops back, a little bit of time to throw, dumps it down to Sandlin, who can't quite come down with it.
Doesn't seem like that was the greatest option. Couldn't quite make it and couldn't stay in bounds. Going to make it a 2nd down, you know. He was hoping maybe if he would have thrown a little faster, they could have caught that and maybe gotten a yard or 2. Otherwise, that was probably something you should have just thrown out. It's worth a try anyway, though.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look at the Renegades defense. Outside linebacker John Gregory, linebacker Dave Drury, corners Jan Pearson and Greg Gaines, safeties Thomasina Rahman and Brady Clark. 2nd and 10, it's a handoff to Sandlin up the middle, who's going to work for about 5, call it 4.
So far, Sandlin's averaging 30 yards per carry, going 90 yards with a 69-yard touchdown run to start it. 30 yards per run is a pretty good average in the SFL.
Yeah, I'll take a 30-yard average all day. Single back, looks like spread. Luandula's back to throw, quick drop, throws the slants complete over the middle. And that
was a good...
Go ahead and finish, Marcus.
My apologies. I was going to say that was a really good opportunity by Luandula finding a nice open zone in the middle of the field there to get the ball out. And incredible pickup to get a 1st down and get that offense moving. The passing offense so far hasn't been the greatest in this game for Dallas so far. And that was Mason Kirby on the catch as well.
Correct, Mason Kirby. And so again, 1st and 10, we're at the 30-yard line for of Oklahoma City. Luandula hands off to Sandlin to the right, who gets a yard and nothing more.
Just on the edge, it looks like a field goal range for Dallas. You know, one of those rare runs where Sandlin doesn't pick up a whole lot of yards, but they can pretty much trust in Sandlin to be the running backs they need in this game, and at least hopefully get him into field goal range coming up here.
Renegades look like they're showing blitz. Hand off to Sandlin. John Gregory's there to meet him. Stops him after 3 yards.
Yard by yard, they just come a little bit closer and closer to that field goal range. It looks like right now it would be about a 41-yard field goal if they don't get any yards from the spot they're in. But I wouldn't be surprised if they try a quick pass or maybe just another run to catch him off balance and see if they can either get that 1st down or kick the field goal.
2 wide receivers on the field for the Lobos. They hand off to Sandlin on a stretch to the left. Gets just enough for the 1st down. Jan Pearson was there to finish that tackle off.
That was awfully close. I wonder if there's going to be any kind of challenge on that particular play, if we're going to get another look at that. It was just awfully close to that line. It looks like they're not going to challenge it. It's just going to be a 1st down for Dallas. But he must have just barely gotten the ball over the other side of that line.
Yeah, no Harry's close call, close shave there. Luandula with the 3-step drop. Looks to his right. That pass is complete. I believe that was Mason Kirby got the reception for the touchdown.
Good play by Kirby and a really good play by Luandula, although that was an extremely risky throw. I would say that was about a 50-50 ball to be taken by either one of those 2 people, and it went the way of Dallas. Let's take another look at it. It looks like, yeah, he just took it right in front of the defender. What an amazing awareness by the receiver to make sure that the Dallas defender didn't get hands on it. Just took it right in front of his face.
Yeah, good body control. Just out jumped and just put his body in position that only he could come down with it. So it was good job by the receiver recognizing where the ball was. And pending the extra point, Dallas is going to have an 11-point lead. So the extra point is good. So Dallas is going to be up 14-3. And there's 4:43 left to go in the first quarter. We're here in Dallas, Texas, where the fans are excited. Wanted to go again. I said we left off with playoff seeding. So Denver currently is number 1. They'll stay number 1 with an Alaska loss. They'll move to number 2 if Alaska wins. Alaska will be number 1 if they win, and number 2 with the loss and a Dallas win. And if Dallas wins and Alaska loses, they would move to number 5. Dallas tonight is number 2 with the win and an Alaska loss. Number 3 if Dallas and Alaska both win, and if Dallas loses tonight, they will move to the number 5 seed.
So far, J.W. Doyle's 3 carries, 13.7 yards per average, and looks like 47 yards so far in this game.
First down for the Renegades. It is a handoff to Doyle, who spins, and he's got more. He stiff arms one defender to the ground, and J.W. Doyle's going to take this one all the way. Mighty fine effort there by J.W. Doyle.
His average is about to go up. It was about 13.7, but I think his average is about to go up to about 35 or 40. What an amazing run. And somebody said, hey, a running back duel in this game, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Just went right over the middle, shrugs off one tackle, and just had the speed to outrun any Dallas defenders that were trying to chase him down straight all the way to the end zone.
And the Renegades are staying in this thing. They're not letting Dallas get away. They're showing that they're here to fight. They want to play spoiler and give Dallas as low a seed as they can be.
It's always the most fun of not making the playoffs is trying to take some other people down with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, if you're you know, sometimes you feel like your season's out of reach. You can't get that title that you're hoping for, but if you can come in and spoil somebody else's title shot, that's always it's fun to play the villain sometimes. So the extra point was good. So Oklahoma City closes the gap. It's 10-14 in favor of the Lobos.
So we've seen the offense from Dallas in 2 drives now, and the running has always been a little bit better so far for Dallas than the passing, although they made a couple really good passing plays that led to a touchdown on the last drive. I'm curious to see what they're going to do and if they switch back to the running game on this particular drive.
And the return gets out to the 28-yard line.
The score from Oklahoma City is going to make it a 4-point game. Keep putting the pressure back on Dallas, not letting Dallas run away with anything early in this game.
And I'm going to run over the Oklahoma City offense real quick. They're led by quarterback Deacon Nickens. J.W. Doyle, why am I reading the wrong team there? Sorry about that. Zach Sandlin gets the handoff, sheds a defender, works forward for 4 yards. Now at 104 yards here in the first quarter.
104 yards and a touchdown so far for Zach Sandlin. Looks like he got 4 yards on that run, which in and of itself isn't looked at that great, but if you ran 4 yards every single time, you'd go straight to the end zone.
Yeah, it would be impossible not to get a first down. 2nd and 6 for the Lobos. 2 receivers to the right. Luandula throws over the middle, and it's caught and complete. I think that's Mason Kirby again gets the first down for the Lobos.
I'm interested in the replay. It looks like it was junior, senior, the third on that particular catch. Just found some open space over the middle, just like earlier in the other drive. Where they got Mason Kirby, I believe, open over the middle. Good ball placement by Luandula, nobody around him, and a great catch by Junior Senior, who's always been one of the most consistent ball catchers on this team.
And now 1st and 10 at near midfield. Throws complete over the middle, and Tristan Carr is brought down just short of the first down.
Good play and good catch, but awfully close to that first down marker. I'm surprised they marked him a little bit short, but the rest might have seen something that we did not. So now I wouldn't be surprised if they handed off to Zach Sandlin here to pick up the first down.
2nd and a hair for the Lobos. Just under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. They do hand off to Sandlin, who's got the first down. Shakes a couple of defenders and drags a couple more. Gets it all the way down to the 32.
You can see J.W. Doyle has 27.3 yards per carry on after that last run, but Sandlin, it looked like he dragged about half the defense with him. Look at how many people are around him. He actually only dragged like 2 people, but he had plenty of Oklahoma City defenders all around him, and he still managed to get through and pick up a first down.
Yeah, and the yards per carry is really interesting. You know, it's like both teams are just, you know, they're just riding their horse to death, and it's a good strategy. It's working out for both teams right now. Lewandula on 1st and 10, throws over the middle, and that's complete to Mike Osai, who's got the touchdown.
It looks like so far the defense for Oklahoma City is weakest in the passing game over the middle, it seems. It seems like all the big plays for Dallas are coming right over the middle. And let's see how Mike Osai did it. Looks like the person that was by him just kind of went up for the football and missed. So far, they've gotten all 3 of their wide receivers open over the middle. And that's the 3rd touchdown now for Dallas. 1 to Mike Osai, 1 to Mason Kirby, and a running touchdown from Zach Sandlin.
Yeah, and I think Oklahoma City had a linebacker out there pretty much one-on-one. Had a little bit of safety help. It had a linebacker one-on-one with Mike Osai. So tough matchup for the linebacker. But if you're Dallas, you're salivating over that kind of matchup.
I believe Mike Osai was the receiver with the most yards last season. So he's not somebody you should probably be covering with a linebacker. You know, that's the type of play that happens if you're covering wide receiver his caliber with a linebacker who's not always meant to be in coverage.
So the extra point did extend the lead. Dallas is now up 21-10. Dallas is kicking away to Oklahoma City. Set to return that from about the 10-yard line. Makes a move. Has a little bit of room. Gets this one out to the 37-yard line.
That's going to be one of the better kick returns you'll see in the league. Of course, plenty of kick returns sometimes get returned for touchdowns, but making people miss on the kick return isn't something you see super often. So Oklahoma City goes back down again, and now we're going to need to see what they've got in the tank to see if they can get back down that field.
Deacon's under center. He's got trips bunched to his right. Takes a deep drop. Huge shot downfield, and that pass is going to be caught by Rich Pratchard, who laid out for it. Amazing catch.
Look at him, and he's a rookie too. He's one of the best wide receivers on this team, and you can see why. Just watching for that football, the ball was overthrown, and look at him. He jumps and picks it up, and both those Dallas defenders went straight into each other. Might want to check those guys for concussions because it looked pretty bad collision on their part. But great play there by Rich Pratchard to bail out a little bit of an overthrow by Deacon Nickens.
1st and 10 now at the 38-yard line. It's a handoff to Doyle, who's met immediately in the backfield by Jukin Rukin.
Doyle averages 21.6 yards per carry, but he did not even come close on that play. In fact, a second after he got the ball, he just got knocked over. So great run defense by Dallas on that particular play, who's been struggling so far to contain J.W. Doyle.
And Deacon sets the throw on 2nd and 12, throws over the middle. Pass was tipped, looked like by E.K. Vinson, and it falls incomplete.
Time to pull a play out of the playbook for 3rd and long. I believe they're a bit out of field goal range. It'd be a 57-yard field goal, and I don't think they're going to want to attempt that. So they're going to need to pick up some yards here to not only get the first down, but even have a chance to make this field goal. They need to be about as close to that first down marker as they can get to attempt this field goal.
A little bit of movement from the Lobos defense. And the front pressure, and the pressure's there. Deacon Nickens is going to get sacked. Denzel Maverick. A huge play.
Great play by Maverick, the rookie, I believe drafted at the end of the draft, near the end of the first round. Made a good play to knock them further out of field goal range and force the first punt of the game, which we're going to see from Oklahoma City.
First punt of the game comes almost at the end of the first quarter. There's just 45 seconds left now. Looks like they're angling this one to the corner. Mason Kirby's going to bring this one out about from his own 10-yard line. Drags a couple down to the 17.
That was a pretty interesting punt. It looked like Dallas did not rush any people on that punt. I don't know if people watched the line on that one, but it looked like they went back in coverage, and I didn't see a single person rush the punter. So Dallas is back out and has a commanding 11-point lead, and so far has looked good in the run and looked good in the pass. So, so far they are running away with this game a little bit.
Dallas has an empty backfield here. Luandula was under center. Quick drop, throws to his left. Complete out to Mike Osine, who's got 5, stays in bounds.
Luandula's got 102 yards and 2 touchdowns as opposed to Deacon Nickens, who only has 29 passing yards so far in this game. And people are asking when's the playoffs. The first playoff games for the wild card are going to be on Thursday night.
2nd and 5 for the Lobos. Luandula was in the shotgun all alone. Throws to his right. That pass is going to be tipped and falls to the grass, incomplete.
Pass was read extremely well, just unable to get the interception on that one, but he had plenty of opportunities to stand in front of that football and get away with that one.
So with 9 seconds left here, an incompletion or not a first down would look like a second quarter would be starting off with a punt. So we'll see what Dallas can do here with 9 seconds. It's a play action, and Luandula's met, and he's sacked. Big play by the Renegades defensive line. And with that, we'll go into the second quarter with Dallas leading 21-10 against Oklahoma City Renegades.
So we should be getting a punt here, and I don't know if we're going to be getting a replay on that particular one, but it looked like somebody was able just to break through the line, and looked like Luandula wanted to spin out of it, but the defenders were just at him, and he had no choice but to go down.
Yeah, the defender was there almost immediately, so the play action just slowed it up that much more. Punt was away, good punt. It's going to be returned out to midfield. Jam Pearson on the return.
So just at the end of the first quarter, we see a punt by both teams, giving Oklahoma City the best field position they've had to start the day. It looks like they are right at midfield, which is a great place to start for your offense. You're only about 20 yards away from kicking field goals.
Trips bunch to the left. Looks like we got our first MeUndies laundry of the day. Deacon checks down to J.W. Doyle, who drags the defender past the first down marker. So we're going to stop and take a look at the MeUndies laundry, but I think the Renegades are going to decline. And they do, so Doyle's going to get the reception and the yards.
Good play by Doyle, catching the ball, and even better, showing some speed and getting all the way up to the first down, and even knocking somebody aside and getting an extra yard or two on the other side of that. It was a free play, so might as well go with something. If it doesn't work, you get the 5 yards for the penalty.
And so 1st and 10 after the reception. Nickens drops back, throws over the middle. A couple of defenders there, and the pass falls incomplete. Tiberius Bovine was the intended target.
Looks like on the previous play, the tackle was made by cornerback Crash Combs, who is a very good tackler for Dallas.
And there you got to look at E.K. Vinson, linebacker for Dallas. 2nd and 10 for the Renegades. They got trips bunched to the right. Deacon changes something at the line. Drops back. Takes a deep shot downfield, and that pass is caught. Huge play. It's Tiberius Bovine. Gets the Renegades inside the red zone.
Bovine is one of the longest tenured players in this league, and great tight end as well. Looks like just over the middle, and even got to take the ball over the head of a Dallas defender. Just an amazing play, good ball placement, perfect opportunity for Oklahoma City to move up the field, and both Deacon Nickens and Bovine did a great job on that play to make sure that they were able to capitalize.
Deacon moves around in the pocket, and he's hit as he throws, and that one falls incomplete. Goose is going to get credited with that pressure.
Looks like a bad play, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It just goes down as an incomplete. The arm was moving forward, not considered a fumble, just like throwing the ball away. So they survived to fight another day.
Oklahoma City again with trips. Deacons under center. Hand off to Doyle, who's met immediately by a pack of Lobos. E.K. Vincent and Jukin Rukins there on that play.
They really did a good job reading that, and the average for J.W. Doyle is starting to go down as the run defense for Dallas is starting to pick up.
Yeah, great interior pressure by the Lobos D-line. Deacon's back to throw, and he's going to get sacked again. The Lobos bringing all the pressure today. And that time it's Jukin Rukin.
So far, the defense has been playing really well, especially the defensive line, really getting those sacks. I believe they've got 3 sacks so far in this particular game, and that pushes them further and further back and make it a little bit harder of a field goal. It looks like they're at the 22-yard line, so it's going to be a 39-yard field goal for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, Omega is hit from 44 today already. But you don't spend a lot on your kicker, and sometimes, you can't always expect great results. We'll see what this one does. Hold us down. Kick is up and good from 39 yards.
Looks like he had plenty of extra yards that he could have gone on that one. So good job by Oklahoma City to at least get some points, even though they got knocked back quite a bit after those 2 sacks. But they continue to narrow the lead just inch by inch, make it only an 8-point game in this game now.
And so, MeUndies are the world's most comfortable underwear. Visit MeUndies.com/simulationFL for 15% off your purchase, which will help support the SFL through our partnership. Give the gift of comfort with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, free shipping and returns, and a signature soft and stretchy MeUndies. Mason Kirby on the return gets out to the Dallas 36-yard line.
Dallas has done incredibly well in the passing and running games so far. You saw over 120 yards passing by Jacques Luyendula, as well as nearly 100 yards rushing for Zach Sandlin.
And the Lobos come out. Luyendula's under center, twins to the right. Hand off to Sandlin up the middle. He shakes off one defender. Is brought down from behind, but picks up 11 on his way.
Looks like Sandlin's now up to 126 yards. Both running backs are over 100 yards for the half. And great job. Went straight up the center, got blocks, even took some people with him, got through, and was able to even get an extra about 4 yards as he fell forward getting tackled. Great positional awareness for Sandlin coming into the SFL.
First and 10 for the Lobos. Sandlin's the lone back. Luyendula steps back to throw, throws over the middle. Crossing routes complete to Mike Osine, who's got 7.
Good, smart play by Luyendula, as well as Osai making that catch. Brings them awfully close to that first down marker, in range of Sandlin being able to truck through people to try to get the first down.
Looks like a near formation for the Lobos. Hands off to Sandlin, who's got the first down, but runs into a gang of renegades. Jan Pearson and Dave Drury there to gang tackle him.
Looked like Sandlin might have been caught just a second behind the line, but was able to get out of it and even get forward and get the first down. Just great running by the rookie running back, and one of the best candidates for Offensive Player of the Year, if not even MVP.
First and 10 from the 41-yard line. To hand off to Sandlin again, who's going to get the first down. Just keeps trucking away.
Yeah, one-on-one open field tackles against Sandlin is awful tough. There's a good chance you're either going to get just trucked through just like that, or maybe you can slow him down and try to tackle him. But when you game plan for somebody like Sandlin, you got to have multiple linebackers watching him at all times.
First and 10 now from the Oklahoma City 29. Just under 7 minutes left in the second quarter. And Sandlin's just dragging defenders. Oh my goodness. 4 defenders later, he's got another first down.
Up to 160 yards, and 4 separate people tried to pull him down, and he shrugged past all 4 of them. Let's see exactly how this happened. Went off to the side. Looks like there goes the first person. There goes the second person. I thought the third person was going to have him, and that wasn't even enough. It took the 4th person to pull him down. Just unstoppable when you consider how many people does this player have to go through just to be able to get taken down. You know, after 4 people, you're starting to run out of defensive players to try to tackle him.
So now we're inside the red zone. First and 10 for the Lobos. Luandula steps back to throw. It's going to looks, and it's going to be complete in the corner of the end zone. Luandula delivers a dime. Tristan Carr is going to come down with the reception.
Awfully good at spreading that ball around is Luandula. Tristan Carr went to the corner of the end zone. It looks like people just kind of lost position of him, and he went and caught the ball right between 2 of the secondary players in Oklahoma City. So great job by Luandula to watch Carr get straight open and just broken coverage to not follow him. And good jump by Carr, tall tight end, able to get that football, and it didn't seem like anybody on Oklahoma City was ready for him to go up and get that football.
So now the extra point unit's out. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Dallas is now 28 to Oklahoma City's 13. 6:15 left in the second quarter. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music. I'm your play-by-play analyst, Stephen Hacker, along with color commentator Marcus Dunhill. If you guys are having a good time tonight, go ahead and hit that like button for us. It's an exciting day for SFL. You know, we're wrapping up, going into the playoffs, and so trying to determine playoff seeding and who's in and who's out. So thank all you guys for being here with us. Jam Pearson on the return gets out to the 26-yard line.
Oklahoma City's not having a bad game. They're kind of struggling in the passing yards. They're hit or miss on the running. And every time they try to inch back into this game, Dallas just keeps pulling away. But so far, Oklahoma City, every time Dallas has scored, Oklahoma City's been able to come back and answer with some kind of points, although it's mostly been field goals.
Yeah, a touchdown would be really nice here for Oklahoma City. First and 10's a handoff to Doyle, who gets met at the line of scrimmage. Goose is going to get that tackle.
Even with, you know, some of the stops that he's had, J.W. Doyle is still averaging 15.6 yards per carry, which is incredible in the SFL.
Absolutely incredible. I want to see if he can match that and do that all game. Clock's counting down. We're at 5:40 in the second. It's a pitch to Doyle off to the left side. He's got room. He's got the first down and more. Eventually he's dragged and tossed out of bounds by Kane Vasquez.
There's your 15-yard average right there. Another good, almost 15-yard run it looked like on that one. Looks like 10, 15. It might have almost been 20, depending on where they spot that ball. Great run by J.W. Doyle. You know, when he follows his blockers, he really finds those holes and finds some space, and he's a fast running back too. You know, when he gets through there, he's hard to catch.
Yeah, he's a good downhill runner as well. First and 10, the Renegades were in a split back shotgun, and Nickens took too long to throw it. Multiple defensive players from the Lobos defense was there.
Quite a few sacks for the defense of Dallas. They're playing so well, but it looked like that sack was forced by just not having anybody open. Good coverage by Dallas, not giving Deacon Nickens anyone he was happy enough about, and he just wouldn't throw the ball away and ended up taking a 7-yard loss.
And Deacon steps back on a 2nd and 17, takes a deep shot to the right side of the field. Jaflesis D'Angelo is the intended target, but it falls incomplete.
Man, if there was just a little bit more on that throw, that could have potentially been something special for Oklahoma City. Just put it where it was, ended up being contested by Dallas, and they did a good job making sure that nobody was able to come up with the football in that play.
So 3rd and very long now for the Renegades. That Three wide receivers to the right. Quick double move to the outside by the receiver. It's Rich Pratchard's got the first down. Had to out-jump two Lobos defenders to do it.
When you need a good play, you need to turn to Rich Pratchard on this offense because he can usually pull a rabbit out of a hat, and he did so here. Even while he was getting covered and getting trailed, he was able to find just enough open space to get the football and bail his team out pretty big on that particular play. You don't see a lot of 17-plus yard conversions in this league.
1st and 10 from the Dallas 40. Trips bunch to the right. Deacon drops back, rolls to his right, tries to dump it down to Doyle, but he's hit as he throws and it falls incomplete. Nessie Mitchell had the pressure there.
He kind of spun a little bit to the right side, and that was the wrong direction to go. I think if he would have gone off to the left, he would have stayed alive in that play a little bit longer, but just got hit as soon as he went to the right, and man, unfortunate, but only an incompletion.
J.W. Doyle is alone back. Deacon Nickens under center, drops back to throw, pressure. I think it's intercepted. E.K. Vincent was there on the coverage.
First interception of the game, and somebody said earlier in the chat, come on, E.K. Vincent, catch it. Well, there you go. There's the catch by E.K. Vincent. Great interception. It looks like the ball was just much short of the intended receiver, and easy pickings for E.K. Vincent.
And defensive line really helped influence or impact that play. You know, pressure there in his face caused a bad throw and an easy turnover for the Lobos. The Lobos now have possession at their own 37-yard line. 4:14 left in the second quarter. Dallas is leading 28-13. A handoff to Sandlin, who cuts it back to the left, fights forward and gets 8. Jan Pearson there with Brady Clark on the tackle.
Sandlin's now averaging 12.9 yards per carry in this game. It's quite the run-heavy game for both these teams, really.
Yeah, it's very impressive showing on the ground. Both teams are just imposing their will, and I love this style of football. So Twins to the right, they hand off to Sandlin, who works his way to the outside on the right, gets the first down, and I count 3 Renegade defenders were there.
This is the kind of game where making a mistake will cost you, and that turnover last drive could definitely be very costly, especially when OKC needs points before half, and there's only looks like about 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the half.
Oklahoma City's corners are way off the line. Ulandula under center, hands off stretch play to Sandlin to the left, who's met just at the line, drags forward for 2.
There's some good run coverage by Oklahoma City, not letting Sandlin get loose or make any plays, able to bring him down. The clock's going to continue to run. At midfield, they want to make sure they keep Dallas out to make sure they don't even get a field goal before halftime because they need the ball back and they need to get moving.
Hand off to Sandlin on 2nd and 8. He gets 4.
You can give up 4 yards here. What you can't give up is the first down, so let's see. The unfortunate thing now for Oklahoma City is they're within running distance for Sandlin, so they have to worry about the run and they have to worry about the pass. Let's see what Oklahoma City's going to dial up here, and it looks like they're not going to be running the football.
Yeah, Luandula's alone in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his right. Tristan Carr's in there. Pass is thrown over the middle, and it's complete to Mason Kirby. The tackle is made, I believe that's Thomasina Rahman.
Mason Kirby's got 43 yards so far in this game on 3 catches.
And so with that play, we're now at our quip 2-minute warning. Dallas has a pretty commanding lead right now, 28-13. They're trying to push some more points on the board and make the Renegades sweat. From the 38-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Luandula hands off to Sandlin, who's got room up the middle. Fights for a first down. Jan Pearson's there with John Gregory to make the tackle.
Just continuing to kill that clock and still be within field goal range. Great plays by Dallas to make sure that they take time off the clock, they get the points, and they don't give Oklahoma City any opportunity to come back before half and score any points.
Look at safety Brady Clark. Had a good defensive year this year for the Renegades. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Luandula's in the shotgun. Sandlin's to his right. The receivers are spread out. Luandula takes a shot to the left. That pass is caught down at the 9-yard line. Gives Dallas a really good shot here.
What a play and what a catch. A huge gain, just giving them great opportunity at the 9-yard line with still a minute left in this half.
A handoff to Sandlin to the left. John Gregory stops him down at the 4. Under a minute now in the second quarter.
Sandlin's always good for about 5 yards here and there, so good run brings them all the way to the 4-yard line. I wouldn't be surprised if they handed off to Sandlin one more time to try to get into the end zone.
And it is a handoff to Sandlin on the outside of the right. Good run coverage there by the defense. Stops him, maybe loses a yard, and Dallas is going to take a timeout to stop the clock with 35 seconds.
I want to give you guys a quick score update in one of the other games that matters for the seeding for Dallas in this particular game. At halftime, the Alaska Storm is up 14-9 over Houston Hyenas.
Oh, a close game there. That game, I know that game has huge implications for some teams, so definitely keep our eye on that game. Luandula throws to the left. It's tipped off the hands of John Gregory. It falls incomplete. And that was almost a shot for Oklahoma City to stop Dallas from coming up with anything.
What a shame they couldn't pick that ball. It got tipped up, and a good opportunity to get out of there and try to get away without Dallas getting any more points. Now Dallas has the opportunity to put even more points on the game before half, and it looks like it'll give Oklahoma City the opportunity to get the ball back with a few seconds left, maybe about 26, 27 seconds on the other side of this field goal.
Manuel, and for the attempt, the snap was low, but the holder gets it down, and 22 yards is no problem. Dallas now extends their lead. It's 31-13, 27 seconds before the half.
This is where it's starting to get a little out of hand for Oklahoma City. You try to keep up, but if they're scoring touchdowns, you can't only be scoring field goals. So it looks like to get back in this, Oklahoma City's going to have to really pick it up in the second half.
So the kick is away for Jan Pearson, who's about his own 5-yard line, I believe. Gets that out to the 27.
So it's time to see if they're going to just run the ball and go into half, or if they're going to come out swinging and try to make something of the last 23 seconds that they have in this game. And 23 seconds is plenty of time for some big plays to happen.
Yeah,
Looks like they still got all 3 timeouts as well.
Yeah, all 3 timeouts. I'd take maybe a couple of shots here and just see what you can come up with. Deacon Nickens throws to his right, complete to Bovine, who's got the first down and gets out of bounds. Gets out to the 40 and stops the clock at 19 seconds.
Great play by Oklahoma City. You can see with that particular play just coming up to 100 yards. But good play to get out of bounds and save a timeout. Those timeouts could be extremely useful while they're trying to at least get back into field goal range.
The Renegades come out, trips bunch to the left. Nickens is under center. Handoff to Doyle, who immediately cuts to his right. Takes a couple of defenders and gets 3. Renegades are in the hurry-up offense. Bovine's the lone receiver at the top of your screen. Nickens with the deep drop. There's pressure there. He gets the throw out somehow, but it's going to be intercepted.
That was just a...
Crash Combs makes a nice play, jumps the route.
That was just a bad setup by Oklahoma City. They ended up running, forced them into no huddle because the clock was going down. Deacon Nickens panicked because of the clock and ended up throwing a pick. They definitely should not have ran that to Sandlin, and Crash Combs was actually able to catch the football. Accomplishment in his career.
And so the Lobos take over at their own 38-yard line. There's 1 second before halftime. I expect to see a run, and they do hand it off to Sandlin, who shakes a couple defenders and gets 6. And now it's time to take a halftime break, get you some halftime refreshments. Dallas is going to head into the tunnel leading 31-13. I myself am going to have a Texas favorite refreshment. Win in Texas, I guess, you know, so. It's been a good game today, Marcus. You got any good thoughts? What does Oklahoma City need to do coming out into the second half?
They've been relying plenty on the run, which is perfectly fine, but they need to get their passing game involved as well and limit the turnovers. I believe that was the second interception by Dallas's defense on this particular game, and it looks like we're going through halftime and we're going straight to the kickoff.
And we are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Quick halftime break there. All the fans are back in their seats ready for kickoff, and we are ready to go in the second half. Oklahoma City set to return. Jam Pearson brings this one out to the 30, and that's where we'll see the Renegades offense.
Renegades, like I've said, have really done okay running the football, and their passing has been okay, but they got to limit the turnovers and they got to find those bigger plays. And Dallas's defense is just doing a good job stopping them in all fronts. You know, every time I see them play, I don't see Oklahoma City playing bad, but they're still limited to 13 points.
1st and 10. Nickens throws the slant route to Jaflecius D'Angelo, who's got 9.
Somebody asked what happened at halftime. Well, we were loading Legends, and we just unloaded the halftime show. But anyways, back to the game.
And here we are.
Yep.
So now it's the second one for the Renegades.
Would you guys rather be watching the halftime show or watching the football game? I'd vote for watching the football game or the halftime show.
3 receivers to the left. It's a toss to the left to Doyle, who drags the defender past the first down. Takes another one after he drags him for 3 or 4. Let's call it a gain of 7 for Doyle.
Flashes of brilliance from Doyle, making it 140 yards so far in this game, 138, and a great run on that particular play. I believe it was enough there to pick up that first down, and it was. Good run by them, but they just need to be able to finish these drives and get points on the board.
Renegades hand off to Doyle on first down. He's met in the backfield, immediately loses 2. Good pressure by Juke and Rukin.
No need to panic yet, but the game is starting to get a little bit away from Oklahoma City, and they really need to score if they want to try to stay in this game. And if they can't score here, then they need to start forcing turnovers on the other side of the ball and limiting the offense, and they just aren't able to limit Dallas pretty much in any way.
Another toss to Doyle, who's got room. He's going to work for the first down, drags a defender to get there.
Yep, good job. Doyle always does extremely well on his blockers and was able to pick up the first down. So great job to follow your blockers and continue the drive as well.
Yeah, they need to get a pedometer on that lineman. I mean, that was 2 or 3 plays where he's been pulling and running step for step with Doyle. So good to see the guys in the trenches getting some exercise. 1st and 10. Nickens takes a deep shot down the right side, and that's complete to Jaflecius D'Angelo, who shakes a defender, and he's going to work his way, gets the touchdown. Great play, great effort by Jaflecius D'Angelo.
What a play, wide open. I wasn't sure if they were going to rule a touchdown on that particular one, but it looked like the coverage, the guy just did not stay with him. As soon as he saw it turned around, it was too late, and then not only did he miss the coverage, he even got shook off on the other side, man. So what a play by Oklahoma City to get back into this game, and now if they're able to make the extra point, they're only looking at an 11-point game. Yeah,
I do not want to be him in the film room on tape day because that's inexcusable sometimes, to a D coordinator. They don't want to see that. Not only did you get burnt, you couldn't secure the tackles. So hold this down. Extra point is good for Oklahoma City. So the margin is 10. It's Dallas 31, Oklahoma City 21.
That's exactly what Oklahoma City's going to need to crawl back into this game if they're going to be able to do it. Now it's time for the Oklahoma City defense to put the pressure on Dallas and not let them score any points. And if they're lucky, get some turnovers here.
Mason Kirby to return. He's going to get dragged down at the 29-yard line. 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Dallas has time to respond on offense, and they've done pretty well. You know, unless Oklahoma City's defense is going to step up, I don't feel like the Dallas offense is going to be making too many mistakes in this game, but you never know.
Luandula throws over the middle, complete to Tristan Carr, who's got the first down.
Some risky throws, and you can see Deacon Nickens has been catching up to Luandula, which is great. Started out almost like 60, 70 yards behind. But very risky throw right over two Oklahoma City defenders, but a perfect spot where Tristan Carr is able to get his hands on the football.
Empty backfield for the Lobos. Luandula is under center. Drops back to throw. Takes a shot over the middle. Completed to Tristan Carr, who's got another first down for the Lobos. Covered by John Gregory.
Carr doing good. He got a touchdown earlier in the game and continuing to move the ball for Dallas on this drive, picking up 2 first down plays in a row.
From the 42-yard line, Luandula drops back. Throws to his right. It's going to be complete. He's going to have the first down. He gets down to the 30. That's junior senior the third.
Junior senior the third also hasn't been super involved in this game, although he's had a couple really good plays. Luandula's done a really good job of moving that football around. I believe Mason Kirby's got a touchdown, Mike Osai's got a touchdown, Tristan Carr's got a touchdown, and I believe the other touchdown went to Zach Sandlin. So I believe junior senior is the only receiver that does not have a touchdown yet in this game for Dallas.
And so 1st and 10. Luandula's going to hand off to Sandlin, who drags a couple of defenders almost at the line of scrimmage, gets 2.
Sandlin's almost up to 200 yards on 21 carries, which is good for him in this particular game, just being on the other side of halftime. But OKC is just not doing enough to slow down Dallas, and now they're back pushing on the door of field goal range again.
2 wide receivers out there for Dallas. Luandula steps back to throw. Checks down to Sandlin, who has the reception, and 3 defenders stop him after he gets about 7.
Good play for Sandlin. Looks like right now he's just trying to move them up a little bit more so that they can take a shot to get this first down. And if they can't get the first down, they can kick the field goal, because as long as Dallas keeps responding with points, it might be very difficult for OKC to come back in this one.
3rd and manageable for the Lobos. Single back spread. Luandula drops the throw. It's a quick route. Complete to junior senior on the left side. Nope. That was tight end Big Merc Meadowlark, who's got the first down for the Lobos down to the 12-yard line.
Continued to move the ball, continuing to get Sandlin involved in the passing game. Previously, they had put in a different game, they put Sandlin in at slot wide receiver at one point. So moving him all around the field and trying to get his catching skills up.
And Sandlin's up the middle, and he drags a defender, and he's pushing, fighting. Great effort by Brady Clark to save the touchdown, but sets up a 1st and goal at the inch line for the Lobos.
Very good for Oklahoma City to be able to stop Sandlin before getting into the end zone. The downside is now Sandlin gets 3 more tries at the goal line, which is going to be very difficult for Oklahoma City to try to defend. So Let's see if they power Sandlin straight to the end zone to get him his second touchdown, or if they decide to catch him off balance with a pass.
So the Lobos come out. They have twins to the right. No receivers to the left. They do hand off to Sandlin, but he's going to be walloped in the backfield. Loses 2.
Man, trying to let Sandlin know what it feels like every time he knocks people over. Sandlin just got knocked backwards.
Second goal, 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Twins again to the right for the Lobos. They're going to hand off to Sandlin again, who's going to get him for a touchdown this time.
Good run by Sandlin. You know, I'm not entirely surprised. I didn't know if they were going to be able to stop Sandlin on the goal line, being one of the best running backs in the league. Not even kind of the fact that he's just a rookie. You know, he was able to get a couple blocks, find some open space straight into the end zone. Not particularly surprised on that play, but a good job by Sandlin to pick it up. Now, currently up 17 points. It'll be 18 if they're able to make this field goal here.
So the snap is in, the hold is down, and the kick is up and good. And we are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Stephen Hacker, along with color analyst Marcus Dunhill. I want to say thank you guys for being here with us tonight. It's been a good game. Dallas has had a pretty commanding lead all game, but Oklahoma was putting up a fight, so beautiful Monday night. Jam Pearson returns that from the 12-yard line, gets it out to the 30. When do you expect to see Oklahoma City throw?
I mean, they need to be throwing now. They're getting behind, and they're down almost 3 scores. Well, technically 3 scores. Yeah, 2 scores and field goal isn't going to do it. They need to be throwing now, and they need to get down the field.
And trips left. They pitch it to Doyle, who sheds a defender, and he gets the first down. Called 11 yards before he's brought down.
If you can do runs like that, that'll be good for you. I mean, there's no reason you can't run Doyle. The only issue is you're starting to burn the clock, and if it doesn't work out, you're only making it harder on yourself when you're running out of time, and that's going to be the worst part of this game for Oklahoma City, is just trying to come back and watching the clock dwindle as both teams take possession of the football.
Yeah, your clock management becomes very important, especially at this stage. You know, clock winding down in the third quarter, and like you said, you're down to a large deficit. You know, how you manage the clock is very important. A handoff on 1st and 10. Doyle's going to work forward for 8, and 4:35 left in the third.
See plenty of Dallas players hanging out in chat. I've seen Zach Sandlin. I've seen Crash Combs. Great to see some teams are represented out on the field.
And a pitch to the left again. It's Doyle who's going to get the first down after picking up 5.
Good running by Doyle, but we've seen this one too many times for Oklahoma City, where they rely on the run and run themselves out of time too early in the game. It's really unfortunate. They really like to stay in their running game, and sometimes it's good, but it's just not good enough, especially when you're down by 18 points.
Trips to the right now for the Renegades. They're going to hand off to Doyle again, who's going to get met in the backfield, loses 2. It's Juke and Rukin again, Goose.
Yep, good play by the defensive line. That's about the 5th sack so far in this game. Just, you know, picking up sack after sack, and I believe he's got at least 3 by himself so far in this one, if not 4. He's having quite a game for himself.
Toss to the right. Doyle works forward. They're going to say he got the 2 yards back, so a 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Renegades.
Doyle's yards per run is going down and down. It started the game around 30, and now we're down to 10, which is still really good, but kind of surprising that continues to go down.
Nickens drops back to throw. He's looking to the left. That pass is going to be intercepted. Room to go. Spin moves. And he's off to the races. Nickens is trying to catch him. Great block downfield, and that's going to be a pick six for the Lobos.
Man, you just don't see a whole lot of pick sixes, and this is the third interception for Deacon Nickens, and that's kind of the story of the game. They just can't get the offense moving, and if they do, they just turn the ball over. It looks like Iverson Gamble was the one who picked that one off. Right over the defender, or I'm sorry, the wide receiver, and even took some blocks and was able to outrun the offensive line and even outrun Deacon Nickens straight to the end zone.
Yeah, it was a great job by all the Lobos defense there. Once the interception was called, they called the hot route or whatever, and everybody went, and they were immediately blocking downfield. So it looks like the defense was trying to put some points on the board. They were tired of the offense scoring everything. An extra point here would put Dallas up 45-20. And that's what we have. So there's 2:43 left in the third quarter. And
Dallas really is not horsing around in this game, really putting Oklahoma City out to pasture so far in this game, being up by 25 points.
Yeah, Oklahoma City needs to saddle up or it's going to be a long night. Got a scoring update in the chat from Nacho Sicario. It says Alaska leads Houston 21-9 heading into the fourth quarter. Just to let you know, you can find all the scores to all SFL games on the ScoreStream app, the official scoring app of the SFL.
Taking a look at the seeding for Dallas to get the number 2, unfortunately, is not looking great because they need Alaska to lose, but they're going to get their win. So potentially the worst thing that could happen if Dallas is able to win this game, it looks like they might be the number 3 seed.
And that wasn't Doyle on the carry, but it was good for a first down. It was Boo Mackey giving J.W. Doyle a breather.
Doyle's definitely going to need a rest after all the running he's done. The running combined in this game is quite ridiculous so far.
And look there at rookie Denzel Maverick, one of two of the main interior defenders, D lineman for the Lobos. Deacon immediately drops back to the left, throws a slant to Rich Pratchard, who doesn't quite get the first down, but gets about 9.
Good enough. I mean, first down is always what they are looking for, but plenty of downs to get the inch you need, so just keep moving the ball. You're not worried about an inch here or there. You need a whole lot more yards to keep this one going.
The Renegades with trips bunch to the left. It's a toss to Doyle, who's got the first down, shows the burst of speed, gets about 11 before he's finally brought down.
Oklahoma City is just using up way too much time on the clock, and it's going to continue to go. They're going to continue to beat a dead horse here and run Doyle, unfortunately. And, it's good. It's a good plan. If they weren't down, it would be great. Even if it was close, it would still be good. But it's just too much running when you don't, when you're down too many points.
And another update. Houston just scored a touchdown, so now they're trailing 21-16. And here we have a handoff to Doyle, who's met at the line, who doesn't gain anything.
For a team like Oklahoma City, this is the game where you try to show that you deserve to continue to be on this team onto the next season, figure out what works, what doesn't, and try to fix it going into your next season. So it's all about experimenting and figuring out how to make it better.
Deacon throws a quick dump off to Bovine, who runs out of or gets pushed out of bounds right before the first down, so he gets 9.
Passing yards so far in this game, 203 for Luyendula and about 170 for Deacon Nickens.
So a 3rd and 1, inching closer to the red zone. Points are critical here for the Renegades. Trips to the left for Nickens. Tosses to Doyle, who's got the first down. Shifts past the defender and is brought down after about about 6.
You know, I admire the commitment to the run by J.W. Doyle, but they're going to run out the third quarter here. And going into the fourth quarter, they're down 25 points. So they need to get a touchdown in here to even have, you know, hope really to get back into this.
And they do elect to let time run into the fourth quarter. So going into the fourth quarter, Dallas is up 45-20 against Oklahoma City. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. I'm Stephen Hacker. I'm the play-by-play commentator, along with Marcus Dunhill, our color analyst. If you guys are having a good time tonight, enjoying this game leading into playoff action, go ahead and hit that like button. First and 10 from the Renegades, throws to the right. It's caught as he was falling out of bounds as Bovine. Call it 5.
Good play. Oklahoma City was able to pick up 5 yards. It looks like they were able to as well stop the clock, which is great. But they need to figure out their red zone offense and get into the end zone. Deacon Nickens has a 60.5 quarterback rating with 3 interceptions to his name so far in this game.
Yeah, get a touchdown here, get a little bit of redemption for yourself. Trips to the left, throws over the middle, is complete to Bovine, who's got the first down, gets it down to the 5-yard line. 10 and a half minutes left in the fourth.
Just getting here into this game, see here, the good pass. Just swarm of Lobo players all around.
Just on the outside line of the 5. A handoff to Doyle, who's met immediately. No gain.
Oklahoma City's got to find a way into that end zone. It's 2nd and goal. They're awfully close, and now they continue to run that clock. They got about 5 yards to go just to get into that end zone. It's a tough 5 yards, but they got to make it work.
It's loose coverage on the outside for the Lobos. We'll see if quick check down for the Renegades. We'll see what they do. It's a toss to Doyle to the right. Plows forward and almost crosses the line. Gets down to the 1.
Just not quite able to make it. Decent run by J.W. Doyle so far in this game, but they continue just to stay roughly outside of the end zone.
There's one more time, Doyle, but Denzel Maverick says no more. Loses 2.
Can see the running here. It's awfully close between the two of them, which is actually surprising because it seems like you see a lot heavier running from Sandlin, but it looks like J.W. Doyle's only about 20 yards behind him, but they're just not able to get in, and they have to settle for another field goal in the fourth quarter when they need a lot more points than that. It's only 9 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, it really has been a battle on the ground, though. I mean, Doyle definitely has carried his portion of the load, but you know, you got down big, and it's hard for a running back to carry that weight. You know, a running back has to have those big splash plays and long runs, and sometimes it's just easier to move the ball by throwing it. So when you're down big and you continue to run the ball, you, like you said, you kind of bleed the clock, and you remove the chance to make a comeback. So I mean, it was a great effort by Doyle on the ground, and the game's not over, but you know, if you're Oklahoma City, you're going to have to come out and string together some first downs. Maybe throw it to Rich Patrick deep or Jaflecius D'Angelo even, and try to close this gap a little bit faster, because running the ball is just, you're gouging yourself.
I mean, they had the ball with minutes left in the third quarter, and they took 2 minutes off in the fourth quarter as well. They're just taking way too much clock to come away with 3 points. It's really unfortunate, just too much run heavy for Oklahoma City, and just not enough of anything else.
So Mason Kirby gets the Lobos out to the 32-yard line. Twins to the left for the Lobos. Hand off to Sandlin up the middle. Drags a couple of defenders, gets 2.
see here, Dallas has an opportunity to take some time off the clock, see how many chunks they try to take it off in, or if they just try to go back up the field and score. You start to wonder at what point they're going to start pulling out their starting players with the playoffs coming up.
Second 8 now to hand off to Sandlin, who trucks forward, and he's got the first down, and he's going to break this one. One defender's on his heels. Can he beat him? Down to the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Zach Sandlin has got his second huge play of the day.
Second touchdown by Zach Sandlin. Second big run by Dallas. What a play. And that is going to make it much more difficult for Oklahoma City now that they're down by even more points than they were before. So great play by him, and good yardage by Sandlin. He's now going to be up to about probably 260, 270 yards in this game.
I think Sandlin's singing a lullaby trying to put the Renegades to sleep. So he's trying to lock this game up, and I think Dallas clearly has their sights set on the playoffs. They look really locked in. Their offense looks really good. You know, Oklahoma City was able to move the ball running, but I mean their offense is looking really, really explosive going into the playoffs. Snap is in, hold is down, kick is good. So 52-23 for the Lobos.
So it's going to be almost a 30-point game, which in the fourth quarter, especially if they're going to continue the run.
Ball is on the tee for the Lobos. Manuel's going to kick it away. Jam Pearson's set to return. Fields it at about the 7-yard line. Gets it to the 26. And the Renegades are going to come out with just under 8 minutes to go. And like you said, they got to come out firing on all cylinders. Take a couple big shots downfield here.
Yep, they really got to get that passing game going. You know, if they want any hope of coming back with 30 points in this quarter, they really need to get going right now.
And Deacon changes something at the line. Just trying to use his cadence. Gets the snap. Throws off to the right. That's going to be complete to Bovine, who's got 4.
Yep, 4 yards is not going to be enough to get you back into this game.
Let's look over. I'm looking at the chat. Give us some chat shout-outs. I see Eric Vinson, Harish Prasad, Crash Combs, Junior, Senior, the third, Zach Sandlin. Not just Sicario, Iverson Gamble. Thank all you guys for being here with us. Second and 6 for the Renegades. Throws complete over the middle to Jaflecius D'Angelo, who's got the first down to the 39-yard line.
Continuing to move, doing a good job, just not moving quite fast enough. Continuing to take time off that clock, still on their own side of the field here. Not quite up to midfield yet.
Deacon drops back, checks down to Doyle in the flats. He's disarmed the corner, but gets laid out by Crash Combs, who's there to finish off the play.
Big tackle by Crash Combs, definitely his specialty tackling. You know, you don't want to attribute this game to OKC not playing well. They're playing good on offense, just the turnovers are, you know, I would contribute this game to Dallas just playing a little bit better. So, you know, what they do is, it's just showing why Dallas is really a playoff team and Oklahoma City is still finding their groove.
And that play, again, Bovine on the out route, complete, gets out of bounds, stops the clock.
Yep, saving as much time as you can off the clock is your main goal right now as you go down to the end zone.
Third and 5 for the Renegades. A deep shot taken down the left side of the field. Rich Pratchett was laying out, but can't come down with that spectacular catch, and Crash Combs was on the coverage.
Yep. Even Rich Pratchard being the best receiver on that team, you know, he can't quite make every play, and it was really good coverage by Dallas's defense on that play to force up a fourth down. It looks like they're going to be punting, and they should have been going for it, I believe. And it's my opinion that I think it's um, too late in the game to be punting the ball
Yeah,
away.
it's everything right now is 4-down territory almost. That punt's away, fielded by Mason Kirby. He's at his own 24. Gets a yard before he's brought down.
Time to see what Dallas is going to do here with the last 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, we'll see if they bring out their starters. I think I see Sandlin there in the huddle and Luandula. So maybe we'll see another round of the starters.
I'd imagine quite a bit of running on this drive as they continue to want to take the clock down and get this game over with.
Yeah. Both teams do have all their timeouts, but score is pretty significant right now. And that pass complete down the left side is Mike Osai, who's got his 5th catch and for 68 yards.
68 yards and a touchdown. They've done such a good job of moving that ball around. Just everybody's getting the ball and everybody's scoring points.
Yeah, they're just looking like a well-oiled machine right now.
Yep. It's looking good for Dallas as they continue into the playoffs.
So Luandula is going to be under center. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left. There's a handoff to Sandlin, who plows forward for 7. Brady Clark and Thomasina Rahman on the tackle.
7 yards is good. Good little bit of yardage here for Sandlin as they continue to get him a few more yards and take some time off the clock.
A game update says Houston just got a pick 6. Second and 3 for the Lobos. A handoff to the outside to Sandlin, who's got the first down, picks up 5.
Dallas picking up those yardages. Oh man, my words tonight. Sorry everybody. Picking up the yardage on that play, getting the first down, continuing to run the clock, and try to cement a good seed for themselves as that game for Houston looks like it's about a 5-point game so far in this game. It's anybody's game over there so far.
Down on first down, it's a handoff to Sandlin, who gets 6. Towing that 300-yard day. He's averaging 10.3 yards per carry.
300 yards is a really good amount of rushing yards for any running back in any game. Love for Sandlin to be able to get his 2 yards to get that 300-yard game. Be curious to see how many 300 yards games he's had in his career so far.
I know I called one of his games where he went for 300. At least one other than this one. Maybe I'm his good luck charm. Sandlin's going to get the first down. And the clock is still running. We're at 3:55 in the 4th.
Looks like that's going to be able to give him enough yards for that 300-yard game as that clock is now ticking under 4 minutes. And I would about say it's a little too late for Oklahoma City to come back. But time to see what they got up their sleeves.
A shift by the Renegades, the linebackers. Twins to the right for Luandula. Hands off to Sandlin, who's met immediately in the backfield, loses 3.
Well, I think he's back under 300 yards maybe. Not quite, but it would have been kind of funny. Zach Sandlin says he finally got a 300-yard game, but he just lost 3 yards. So I believe he might be 3 or 4 yards now over 300.
Oh,
if he loses any... Sorry?
I'm sorry, Zach, I was reading his chat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. He said that's his first 300-yard game. I thought I called a 300-yard game with him earlier. Maybe it was a big 253 or something. I remember he had a huge monster game.
See if OKC can take away the 300-yard game from Zach Sandlin.
They do hand off to Sandlin. Oklahoma City doing everything in their power to prevent that 300-yard day, and that actually looks like it's the Lobos' backup. So it's Rank McQueen in now.
All right.
Maybe
so
just
looks
given.
like
Yep.
looks like they're making the smart move, pulling their players, not getting anybody hurt before going into the playoffs. But it'll be interesting to see. Dallas is one of the best teams so far in the league this year.
Yeah, Shabazz Synergy's under center for the Lobos now. Gonna have to snap this before the quick 2-minute warning. And they do hand off to Rank McQueen, who plows forward for a couple. But the clock will stop, and that's our quick 2-minute warning. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music. We are on YouTube. And if you don't mind, let me take a minute on this one. Quip Designs delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with timed vibrations, brush head refills for $5, refilled every 3 months. Covered for life with free shipping for life. Use the link posted in chat and your purchase will help support the SFL through our partnership. Quip, a more wholesome clean. And with 4th and 9, they're going to send Manuel on the field for the field goal attempt. Hold was down, the kick is up, but no good off the left iron.
So got a playoff update for everybody. It looks like Houston is going to unfortunately lose against Alaska, which is going to mean that with the Atlanta win and the outcome in this game, Las Vegas Fury are going to be making the playoffs in in the wild card spot along with Queen City, which I believe means that London, as well as, let me check the other team, London and Chicago are going to be eliminated.
Yep.
Unfortunately, just on the outside.
And just it's been a wild playoff picture. It's been a monster in progress. It's been working for a good three weeks. I know Cam has been working furiously keeping up with that thing. So. Oh, and that pass is intercepted. That's going to be taken to the house for the Lobos. It's insult to injury a little bit there, but it's great play by the Lobos defense.
Man, I was not expecting
Was that Crash Combs?
Let's take a look at the jersey and see. See if we got number 44. It was Crash Combs. What a play. What a catch. Incredibly surprised. One-handed catch by Crash Combs, making it all the way to the end zone. Really finding another relationship with the ball. Moved on from tackling the ball to catching the ball. Making the progression as a cornerback. Making it all the way to the end zone on a pick six. What a play to just even add more insult to injury to this game.
The Dallas fans are absolutely loving it. They are absolutely loving the score. I think the Oklahoma sideline's not so much feeling the exact same way. Snap was low, but the kick is going to be good for the Lobos. So it's now 59-23. Just over a minute 30 in the fourth quarter.
I'm curious what Crash Combs has put on his gloves in this game, because what a play. It's really been a great game for him in coverage and the pick six. What a play for Crash Combs.
Ball's on the tee and the Lobos kick it away. Jem Pearson's going to return this. Gets it to the 25.
As I was about to say, before Crash Combs picked off that football, they had about a minute minute and a half left. What are they going to do on offense? Are they going to be able to move up the field and get a touchdown? Or are they going to turn over the ball again? I believe that was the fourth interception by Deacon Nickens in this game.
1st and 10 at the 25. The Renegades are in the shotgun. Quick drop, a pump fake, throws deep over the middle, bounces off a couple of Lobos' hands and into the hands of Defletius D'Angelo, who gets it down to midfield.
That's a surprising play. I thought Dallas might be able to get a touchdown, or not a touchdown, but an interception on that play, and I definitely didn't expect OKC to come back up with it. Just got tipped around, and it looks like we're following somebody else here. Just tipped up. I think it went on the hands of two defenders from Dallas and straight into the hands of wide receiver for Oklahoma City.
So now at midfield, there's minute 25 left. You got 2 timeouts. Nickens is under center. He drops the throw, takes a deep shot down the middle, and that's caught again by Jafletius D'Angelo, who's got the first down. The Renegades take another timeout.
What an MVP here in the ending of this game, just making some big plays down the field, especially some earlier in the game. He ended up being wide open, just the coverage was lost on him, and he was almost a bit of an overthrow, but he was able to get his hands on it. Take their timeout, and that looks like they got 1 timeout left as they continue with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this game.
So Deacons under center. Takes a quick drop, throws a quick route to Tiberius Bovine, who's got enough for the first down, gets down to the 9-yard line. Now the Renegades are going to hurry back to the line. Ball set, snapped, and Nickens throws to his right, overthrows, intended for Jafletius D'Angelo.
What a rough play. He had an opportunity right in the back of the end zone and just could not accurately put the ball in the end zone.
The clock does stop now. It's 1 minute 2 left. On the 9-yard line. Deacon's going to be under center. He's got 2 receivers to his left. Doyle's the lone back. Nickens throws over the middle, short, and it was complete to Jafletius. Oh, nope, that's the Renegades receiver who was brought down and immediately takes a timeout. So that was the last Renegades timeout.
Third and goal with the 58 seconds, which means once this drive is over, Dallas is going to be able to take some knees and end the game, pending potentially an onside kick.
And Nickens throws to his left. One-handed grab. Rich Pratcher with an amazing catch.
Rich Pratcher grabbed it with one hand, and I believe he was sliding into the end zone at the same time. Man, what a play. You know, I always say he's the top receiver, but D'Angelo is looking good on the other side as well. Let's take a look exactly what happened here. Got it with one hand and then just slid in, but he was awfully close. I wonder if his knee was down at the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some kind of challenge here, but it looks like they're not going to challenge it. Going to let the play stand, going to kick the field goal, and then potentially see the end of the game here on the other side of the kick.
The extra points, Johnny Omega. Pressure there from the Lobos, but kick is up and good.
Time to see if Oklahoma City is going to go for that onside kick now that they've gotten that score. They got about 54 seconds to work with if they can get the kick done.
They do appear to be angling for the onside kick. Let's see what happens. Bobbled, but it's controlled by the Lobos and brought down at the 40-yard line. And that will wrap up the game for us. Well, pending anything crazy, we should see a victory formation in a couple of snaps.
They should be able to take the knees here and end the game.
Yeah. Just an absolute brain lapse, you know, a complete offensive collapse what it would take. But yeah, they're in the victory formation.
Looks like Dallas is going to say goodbye to you and the horse you rode in on for Oklahoma City. Unfortunately, they're going to get a loss in this one. It's going to continue upwards for Dallas as they look into the playoffs. And, you know, with the games that happened, it looks like Dallas is going to be going into the playoffs, I believe, with the number 3 seed because Alaska won, so they're not going to be able to get number 2. So Dallas will be number 3.
Yeah, and that would put Baltimore at number 4, and New Orleans is going to round that out at 5.
And then the playoff teams are going to be, the wild card teams are going to be Queen City, taking one of the last two spots, as well as Las Vegas getting their first franchise playoff spot after coming into the league last season.
And so with another kneel down, that brings us to the end of the game. It's quite an impressive showing from the Lobos. J.W. Dole did great work for the Renegade side of the ball. Quite a few costly turnovers for Deacon Nickens. A couple of pick sixes for the Lobos secondary. It's quite an interesting game, very high-scoring affair, but unfortunately, it was one-sided.
And it really was. They did some good job running. Oklahoma City did, and then when they switched up to the passing, they just had too many turnovers to be able to get back into the game. Just couldn't pass reliably, and it's too bad, really, to end your last game like this, losing 29 points. But it gives them film to look at, gives them an opportunity to see how they can get better and come back next season and improve.
Yeah, and if you're the Lobos, you have to feel like you just demonstrated why you're seated as high as you are in the playoffs, and showing that you can impose your will on another team's game plan. So I mean, that has to be a confidence boost going into the playoffs, and we know it's a grind when you get there. So it's good to have that kind of momentum going in.
Dallas is one of the top teams going to be making a push, but it's not going to be an easy climb for anybody. You can tune in to the Wild Card Thursday games this Thursday night to see how the SFL playoffs are going to shake out for the teams that were able to make it. For everybody else, the season is over, and that's okay. Start looking at how you can make your team better, what you can do to make yourself competitive in your next season.
That's right, and all the rookies watching, make sure you're hitting your check-ins and staying active in the community and reaching out to GMs and owners for potential player openings. I know a lot of teams are looking for scouts and coordinators and of course players as well. So if you're interested in getting on a team, you got to reach out and put your name out there and have people know who you are. It's a real great community. Everybody's friendly. Nobody's going to shun you or anything. Just talk to us. Everybody's happy to give information. Our extraordinary Everest player of the game is going to be Zach Sandlin.
Gets 2 yards over the 300-yard game. So congratulations to Zach Sandlin for his first 300-yard game, and also 3 touchdowns on the game.
And from the broadcast booth, I'm Stephen Hacker along with Marcus Dunhill, and I want to say thank you guys for being here with us tonight. Marcus, you got anything?
I just want to say thank you all to letting me be your broadcaster in this game and on this season. And my team didn't make the playoffs. I'm excited to watch the playoffs though and get going with everybody next season. So see you guys around the corner as we start working on season 13 around here.
Been a great night. See you guys in the playoffs.